Well, hello everyone. Welcome into Flying with Mike, a special bonus flight this week. Flying out of Anchorage, Alaska to Homer, Alaska. Time permitting, we'll return the route. So here we go, folks. We're in the Caravan. Cessna 208 from Thranda, and folks, you'll get a good look at her, see what it's like, and see if you feel it's worth the money. I'm going to tell you right up front, I think it is. So let's get in the cockpit and go fly with Mike. Okay, here we are, folks. Cessna 208 to the Coronado, folks. It looks the same. Although I think the texturing in the cockpit's better, it's really the same plane. I mean, ultimately, boil it down, same plane. So let's get in here and let's get going so we can try and turn this thing, shall we? The aircraft, Thranda. Um, I've done a couple flights with it prior, out of Phoenix to Flagstaff and back. We're not going to deal with a lot. The only thing I want to show you so you have an informed decision will come down to here, which is really where we're going to start. No, actually, we got one step prior to this. Okay, so you see how we're set here? As I bring it up, you see the panel gauges begin to disappear right here. Let me see if I can't see them come back. If you look up top, you'll also see engine gauges. Of anything and everything I've got to say, this bothers me, troubles me, that you release an aircraft like this, although, you know, it really now shouldn't after we watched what Rotate did with the MD-11. But this is bothersome, folks, a little further back and they're all gone. So to avoid that, what I've found, just don't go to that, you know, don't go up from there, which I used to do quite a bit in the Coronado to fire it up to do things. It's just kind of sad, $50 worth of aircraft, and they got a big bug like that in it. So anyway, but beyond that, folks, really the performance, the everything else about the plane was phenomenal on the Flagstaff runs. So what I'm going to do right now, let's get our this little arrow here brings this this little panel out. I'm also going to bring some toolkit in and bring up the load sheet real quick. Go over that and at the same time load the plane. Okay, so it's showing 10 passengers. Reason being a C208, which is the ICAO for this plane, does not delineate a supercargo master, which we're flying, from a Caravan or a Grand Caravan or a Caravan on floats. It does not delineate any of that. So this is what we get. And that's fine with SimBrief. I mean, ultimately, folks, 10 people at 200 pounds, oh, that's a tough number. 2,000? So plus 100 pounds. So what we'll do, we'll come over here with that now in our, thing. Let me pull it back. Boondock Saints, welcome and hope you enjoy the Caravan today. Still out of tune with that flute, I tell you. All right, so let's go to weight and balance. Now, what I do to load this plane, I just use this. 1890, we need 2100. So now, okay, what I did to get that, folks, I just hovered the mouse over, left clicked it. Boom, brought it up to 1800. Now I'm just scrolling up to 2100. So yeah, we were given quite a load out of here, folks. 2100. You just make sure FedEx is in agreement with us. Actually, they want a little more in it, but that'll do. Yeah, we'll keep the second pilot. I was thinking about getting rid of them. Let's get rid of them. They put them back. Never mind. All right, well, it is what it is. There we go. What I did to get my 2100 pounds, I got it as close and then went to one of the bins and lowered it. All right, let's just do it again. Since I have, well, I thought clicking load loaded it. That's, again, that's what I get for thinking. All right, that all aside. Fuel. Now we'll bring Sim Toolkit. Oh, we still have it up here. Fuel will be 1,056 pounds. All right, the easiest way to figure that one out, folks, it's going to be something like 1,025, 27, something like that. Take the total fuel. Divide it by 2, 528. All right, and again, we're going to do the same thing here. To just get it in the ballpark. 534, I'd rather have a couple more pounds than not enough. And I am not sure if that's VATSIM traffic up there that's starting to kind of irritate me. We're going to make sure it'll be VATSIM. All right, so there we go, folks. We are now loaded, both fuel and cargo. I am going to come over here, get my ACARs running for FedEx. Okay, we're departing and we'll just get some additional information to them. 8,000's our cruise. Flight plan. Let me see what they come up with. I think it's going to be close to what they have us on. Oh, it doesn't even show. Okay. Turn. Yep, exactly what we're going to do. All right. I like it when a plan comes together, except for the localized. Oh, you know what? I ain't going to get into it that much. All right. So we're in, and all I like to do is go over to their in-flight map, make sure I see myself somewhere, either got another one up here. A little out of range. Let's see. All right, we're looking good. All right, folks, so I'm going to go ahead and pull Sim Toolkit away. Bring in some things here for the flight to help us out along the way. And we're going to go fly. Sim Toolkit. All right, and let me check something here. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, well, that is definitely, I'm glad I previewed this. Holy mackerel. That was definitely my bad. PAHO. And route is, it's a tough one. Actually, it's really tough. I've already put it in the system. Um, okay. Now, if my web browser would behave, we would be good to go. There we go. All right, my apologies again, folks, for not having that prepared. Let's take a look at this a couple of ways, shall we? Okay. Why are you doing this to me, computer? All right, now we're where we need to be. Okay, Anchorage is here. There's the weather for you real quick before it comes. Actually, I need to get there. I'm sorry for the bouncing around there, folks. Okay, so there was the weather. 230 at 8 now. Wow, it was 33 at 3 20 minutes ago. Welcome to Anchorage, folks. Um, yeah, well, we'll figure that out here in a second. We're going to fly. Well, we're going to still take runway 33, I think. Do the turn again departure. Come down on the, hang on, let's get down on low altitudes here. So we're going to come off Anchorage, turn around, come back over TED, head down the Victor 438 to Homer, and then shoot the, well, shoot whatever approach we run into. Right now, it's clear skies and favoring 2-2. Who knows? It's like we saw 20 minutes ago, we had runway 33 here. So we'll see how things progress. If you want to really get a neat view here, let's go with this chart. And we're going to be flying right along the mountains pretty much. You're going to be able to see them off to the left when we're in the cockpit. So, yeah, it's a pretty good run, folks. This is one of my favorites to run. The other one that we do here with FedEx is Kenai, right up here. Both nice, short, sweet runs. Get your time in, get your month taken care of. So, all right, so let's pull this chart away and let's get to it. Pull this out one more time just because it's so much easier. All right, it's just so much easier for me. We're going to go ahead. Chocks are off, brakes are on. Okay, cool. Oh, okay. All right, yeah, and I see traffic still using 3.3, so Qantas is taken off, I think. Eating up the runway. Okay, dude, you might want to think about it. There we go. Nice job. Nice takeoff job. All right. So again, back into the cockpit. Let's get after it. Checklist wise, really, there isn't a check that I've found. Oh yeah, there are. Here they are. My bad. You got to kind of go a weird way to get to them. All right, so we'll just kind of sit that here. We're going to shrink it a little. So it's a little more, as I like to say, user. Oh, come on, please. Thank you. Little things about this plane that do still get under my skin, but I'm trying not to let it. So, all right, folks. So welcome in. Hope you enjoy. We're going to be doing some GA, sorta, kinda, flying up here. Let me just grab an altimeter here real quick. 2995. All right, we're going to have to convert. Sorry, folks. Another thing I'm not happy with so far, and if anyone out there knows how to change this, I would love to hear it. I don't have a inches of mercury ability here. So I'm kind of irritated at that I have to get it converted to HEPA. Sorry, the US flies in inches of mercury, not HEPA. So we are going to have to do some extra work as US pilots. Okay, so here we go. Pilot handbooks into plane. If you don't believe me, if you own the copy, you have it in your folders. Control locks remove, parking brakes, control locks, real simple, folks. Here, I'll show it to you. If you can do this, this, move your, guess what? They're removed. Parking brake, that is right there, set. All switches are off, and static pressure, normal, inertial. That is this big handle. And what this does, folks, and I like to tell this because, folks, I have flown this plane better part of 10 years in the Caranado world. No idea what the heck this thing does other than it's in a checklist. And that was it. Okay, so for those of you familiar with general aviation, you know that engine de-ice, we may or may not have that switch. That's what this will do here. Basically, it opens up, allowing debris to go through and down before the turbine, beating up the blades. So it's more aptly called a FOD remover, if you want to call it that. Standby flap motors, not sure where that is. Oxygen supply, that's up top here. We're good in the green. And well, rest of this, air conditioner's off, radar's off. Not radar O'Reilly, putting some age to me here. Bleed air switch off. Emergency power lever normal. That's the one red lever here. Power is your throttle. Props, I don't think we're going forward with them yet. Trim set, and it is. Cabin heat pushed forward, and we're ready. And they want us to do a power up. I don't hear it. Make sure I've got it set so I can hear it if it is there. Nope, I don't see any way to do that. Okay. Supposed to be able to hear the fans come on. And then we'll turn them off. Fuel quantity. Oh, wait. Fuel quantity. That's how we can check. Okay, it looks like we're above 500, so we're good on each tank. Your tanks are right here. And we can now turn the battery switch back off. And that, folks, gets us set for starting the engine. So before we start, of course, we just did the weight and balance. We've told the cargo exactly what to do in the case of an emergency. Cabin doors closed and latched, parking brake set, control locks again double checked and removed. Folks, you can't check that, I don't think, enough. There have been enough crashes out there with people forgetting, from your basic pilot up into corporate pilots. I haven't heard of many airliners with this trouble, but I have heard of a couple corporate aircraft that went down because of it. All right, ignition switch. Hey, there we're starting to sound like we're getting ready to flow some power here to normal. Circuit breakers, they're all in. No, we can't pop them, folks. Sorry. Nice try. Fuel tanks. That's all up top here. Make sure. Dun, 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 lost my place here. Left on, right on. I don't know why it doesn't default this way, but okay, it is what it is. They're both on. Weather radar is off. Bleed air off. We just did most of these. Emergency power, normal, which it was. Throttle or power level, idle. Okay, now we're going to move the prop condition lever, control lever, to max. That's this blue one, all the way up. Fuel condition lever. GA, guys, this is your fuel. So make sure it's in idle cutoff all the way back. Firewall fuel, I've never dealt with it, never had to use it, but it's right here on the plane. And inertial separator, if we have precipitation or we're on a gravel run or ramp or something like that, pull the bar out so it's in bypass. Otherwise, keep it normal. All right, so we're getting ready, folks. Let's go back up here. Battery switch on. Flaps up. And to tell the flaps, we don't have a gauge up here, but we do see it right here on the panel. It's up. No smoking or seatbelt signs on the Super Cargo Master. Since our cargo is so well behaved, we don't have to tell them. Just kidding. I don't even know if it's on the pad. I haven't tried it yet. Fire detection. Okay, that sounds good to me. Lamp test. They all look good. And we're set day-night switch for day. Time to start them. Battery switch is on. Nav lights on. Beacon on. Our voltmeter looks good. Emergency power normal. Power lever check. Prop area. Clear prop. I say again, clear prop. Okay. Fuel boost on. Okay, we got the annunciation. No fuel. Starter switch. And at 20, guess what we do? We put fuel to it. Really hate how touchy this airplane is. And the starter switch should turn off. If it hasn't, we do it. Generator annunciation. Good. Fuel boost switch to normal. Okay, and avionics 1 and 2 can now come on. All right, ventilation. Let's go ahead and start. Here, let's try something here. See if I can't show this off a little better. All right, folks, you have cool, which is up, ventilate, and then over here you have high fan, low fan, or off. Okay, we'll come back to the rest of this. All right, so what that brings us to right now is the infamous GPS programming. I know some people have asked me, I don't get this thing. Understood. By the way, that is our trip from Flagstaff to Phoenix. Simply click menu, find delete flight plan. Scroll down, and you're scrolling where it says GPS here. The outer ring will scroll you down or up. Enter, and they're gone. Why didn't PANC come in? Interesting. Usually it'll at least give you that. Alright, so oh, I think I know why. Because in the databases, this could also be considered Lake Hood. Enter, enter. All right, so we're gonna go. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, I am so silly, folks. Flight plan. Clear. Okay, what hang on a second, I do need to do something here. Clear. Enter. Yes. Okay, see there it put it in. Okay, what I want to do is push on this so we don't have that cursor thing there. The big ring turns going down the list, the little ring in here, pages. We're going to page 2. And then we'll click and go looking for right there, PANC to PAHO 01. Enter. It should have loaded it. It did. And that is the only way that I know of, folks. And what I did is I made the plan on SimBrief, exported it to my computer to then put into X-Plane, pull it up this way to be able to get an airway in here. In the real world, I know it's possible. Flight sim, especially default, not so much. Okay, so we're loaded here. Now, let's take a look and see if we can do the turn again on here. There it is, turn again 8. Enter. Enter. And let's see here how I want to do this. We'll leave it as is, and when we get turned and over TED, then we'll make our next fix out to NAPTO, and then we'll make it Skilla. Okay, there you go, folks. That's how simple it is. Now on this one, it really does the same thing. First, we got to go in here, clear the flight plan. Okay, and then same thing. Little one, Click on it, scroll down. Enter. Now, when we look at the flight plan here, we'll have it without the turn again. Either way is fine. Now, to go into, when we get airborne, to use the GPS tracking, our autopilot, or hang on a second, is right here. We'll go to nav, and then also change from VLOC to GPS using the CDI. So we'll show that as we get going. All right, so let's get our transponder on. Just turning it on, put it in standby. And Public Demon, welcome aboard. Thank you for flying with Mike and subscribing 2 months in a row. Thank you so much for the subscription. Hope you have a great time. And again, thanks for resubscribing using your Prime with us. Means a lot to us. Sorry it took me a second to get focused in on what all happened from what we were doing in the cockpit. So again, thank you for the subscription. All right, so that gets our flight plans loaded. All we got to do is click flight plans to get out, FPL to get out. Last thing we need to do, get our comm set up. I'm not so sure why they're all screwed up like they are, but they are. Okay, we'll put that up top. We'll go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0 here. A few people ask me, why do you have that frequency? Very simple, folks. It's got a ring to it. 1, 2, 3. Go to a frequency 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. Call me silly. I've been called worse, folks. All right. So for the turn again, we're gonna need 1315. Let's go ahead and dial that in. Now we can tell it's tuned in to TED, which is the airport here. Radial from our location to it is 299, 1.7 miles. Pretty good DME system. Also DME shows it down here. Now our next VOR, let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and put it in as Homer. It will not pick this one up, folks. 14, 6. All right, back up. All right, so we are now set there. And we can do literally the same thing here. Except, for now, I'm just going to leave it as is. 122.9 for COM2, 121.5 is fine. That's our emergency channel. And let's click it one little one over, down on the range so we can see better. There's ways to click through here, folks, to make this how you want to see it. The documentation is in the plane. It's there for you. All right, so we got radios, everything set up. We're going to quickly brief our departure, and we're going to get out of here, folks. We've been on the ground long enough. All right, in the upper right-hand corner now, folks, you have the chart for the departure. It's called the Turn Again 8 departure. We're going to be using runway 33 full-length departure, by the way. It's 600 feet. Let me see my Go ahead and kind of set it for 600. We'll make our turn, as you can see, right back to Ted. And that looks like we're going to come in on radial 342. Very hard to picture right now, folks. But what that means is it's the outbound radial. That's why you're looking at that going, how are we going to turn back when it's pointing away? Because what we're going to do is intercept it like a back course in. Basically, flying to it, 34 would be 164 heading, 162. All right, runway heading will be 329er. All right, and again, we're going to 114.6, and I did set that properly. Yes, I did. Keen eyes there. Isn't that neat when your transition fixes your arrival? Anyway, so again, we just do a nice little loop, right back, tight loop, 600 foot, and we're coming back. We'll probably be within 5 miles the whole time till we're headed in. Then we go out 190 to Napto, then on our planned route. Takeoff obstacles, vegetation, 88 feet from the DER, 496 center line, trees, lots of trees, takeoff minimums. Okay, initial climb 329 to 600, then a climbing right-hand turn to 2000, headed to TED, then out to Napto. Maintain ATC, assigned altitude, expect radar vectors, and so forth. Okay, pretty simple, easy to go departure. Here's where we are. We're going to just basically, folks, come out on U to Romeo to Lima to takeoff. So not a complete full-length takeoff, but nonetheless not much, close to it. All right, so let's go fly, folks, real quick with the checklist. This is the only way I know to bring them up. Taxi lights on, brakes, flight instruments, we're ready to go. Now, let me come back into the middle here. Flight director on. Climb into 8,000, folks. See how this works. I do this in the Coronado, and I always have to reset it in taxi. Alright, squawking 2000. Let's make sure nobody decided to come up, pay a visit to us on ATC. And it looks like, not Winnipeg, Edmonton is up. So then guess what? They're not ours. We're ready to go. Lights on, folks. Okay, and the other ones are your floods, so here we go. Just making sure ACARS is indeed running. Brakes off. Really hate this part sometimes, it just... Some of the little quirks you're seeing that I'm not like very friendly with me. I think I'm on the edge line. I think I am. Hang on. I am. Hey, welcome to being a small plane. Okay, we'll lower the sounds down a little for you folks. I know they'll get obnoxious here if I don't. All right, so we're on the move. Let's go ahead and bring the radar up. Anchorage traffic, FedEx 811s taxiing to runway 33 for departure. Long way to go, folks. Although it's nice when you land, because you get to land long in this plane. Short taxi in, it's a long taxi down. And right now, looking at the clock, I don't think we're going to be able to fly this back from Homer. It is close to an hour flight, folks. So right now, we'll see how things go. The performance on this is miles ahead of Coronado. I could actually redline it if I wanted in level flight. I somehow don't think that's a good thing. So we are on our way. Let's go ahead and start deploying some flaps so we're ready. Get in the cockpit here. Let's start doing some checklists. Checklist seems to be the name of the game. Okay, we did that. Our before takeoff. All right, there's 2 pages to it, folks. A lot to do. So flight controls, we're gonna check those here as we taxi. Okay, a couple of reasons. We'll leave the rudders alone for a moment. Boost pump, recheck normal. Okay. Okay, everything's set for takeoff. Volts are good. Inertial separator set. And we're going to go ahead and turn ignition on. Okay, there we go. Ready and raring to go, folks. Just got to get down here. What do we have this set to? All right, let's 14.6. Okay. Did I just pass Lima? Doggone it. Well, now we are doing a full length takeoff. Okay. Clear for takeoff. Anchorage traffic, FedEx 811 type Caravan departing 33. Turn again 8. Okay, yeah, we're at 600, folks. But I want to clear the runway before I do anything. Okay, and now we're going to track out to 190. And now let's get down here, get this autopilot going. I saw something that did not look good. We passed it again. So that's the case. Yep, I think we did. Why are we now descending? I specifically commanded 1,000 feet a minute. That's why. Alright, we're going to do a nice circle out here, folks. Alright, so bear with me, we are gonna, well, we can't, alright, too late. Alright, so we're headed to Napto, which I thought we hadn't gotten to yet. Alright folks, well, still kinda new to this kind of avionics that's on this one, which, you know, we all get used to, and I hope y'all enjoyed learning there like I did. Why are we going in circles, you know? The other big thing I had about this plane is this radar. I'm not sure if it's working or not, but all right, so let's get props to 1900. Cruise set, there we go. All right, we're in our cruise climb now. The hard way, well, we did it. Okay, and all set. All right, folks, we're on our way. Estimating 36 minutes there. So yeah, right now, while parking it, we're not going to be able to do the return, but we are on our way nonetheless. So thanks for coming in. Thanks for flying with us. We hope you all enjoy the ride. Sorry that I get quiet there, because usually when I do, I am confused about something. So, no traffic around us. Oh, you can see that nice little circle there on Sim Toolkit. Now let's pull up Volanta so you can see it. Right there, a nice button hook. Yeah, it's really not what it was supposed to be, but you know, hey. Okay, I'm not really sure what this is here. And that looks like cruise, folks. We are into cruise. 24 miles. And we'll go ahead and kill our lights. Really like to know what that is flashing in front of me. Okay, I think we just crossed Napto. So we got about 18 miles to Skilla. Now we're going to use this for cross-referencing. Just like we did on that long haul out of Phoenix, we're going to do the same thing here. As you look up here, folks, let me zoom in. We've got different airways and what have you that we can work off of here to ensure that we're on the right track. Plus it gives us keen eye should we need to bolter to it. So, but anyway, as promised, there you go, folks. The Alaskan wilderness. Alright, so we'll just kind of sit back, relax for these 20 minutes, and hope you all enjoy. We'd love you to follow. By following, all it does, folks, is one, shows your support for the stream, and two, you'll receive an email every time we go live. Hopefully this one went out right. I think it did. So... And then if you'd like ad-free viewing, then subscribing gets you that. Prime gives it to you one way. Outright normal is $5, folks, for every month. So, and again, big thanks to Public Demon for coming aboard, resubscribing for 2 months. We sure appreciate you with that Prime. Hopefully we can bring in a pretty decent landing. If you want to, as you can see in the chat, new flight predictions have been reset. All you have to do to put one in for the landing, predict, minus 200. We'll be generous. I have a feeling I'm not gonna go well, but we'll see. This was kind of thrown together really quickly, so. But anyway, we are on our way. But if you click follow, folks, all it is, it's free. You just have an email that comes in when we go live. Oh, one of the neatest features of this plane, folks, you kind of scroll down, right here, quiets it down. It's like the way the documentation on, and by the way, folks, the documentation on this plane is hands down one of the better ones I've seen, second to like PMDG. So you will learn what you need to learn on this plane. Let's just moving this dial here. Oh, wait a minute here. What are we shooting off of this? 95. And we're getting real close to Skilla, then Oral. And we can kind of verify these folks using this way. That or Soldotna, one of the two. There's two VORs real close here. Orel, just cross Skilla. Orel will be... hang on, let me go back to the sectional. Yeah, unfortunately, that's not on the sectional. These would be fixes you could draw up while you're pre-flighting. So, anyway, that feature with the headphones, folks, like I said, is documented, and I had to try it first time out, and I'm here to tell you, I loved it. Let me try something. Doesn't help outside, but inside cuts the noise down. What it's touted to be, you just put your headphones on in the plane. That's the billing Thranda gives. And outside it shouldn't affect it. So, and as you can tell, it's not. Here, let me, and again, it's just click the phones. Now you're off headset. So, and you know, again, well-documented plane, folks. Like I said, I learned finally what this is for. And how the prop works. Now, will I fire Coronado up again? Yeah, I probably will. Because I want to see if things modeled here, which appear to me to be more of what happens in the plane, see how they did. All right. But yeah, even on GPS though, folks, you do want to kind of run some cross-fixing here from time to time. Also, you know, outside the plane, you can dead reckon. Now, granted, we can actually get out of the plane, but let me... See, we're right here where this big old lake is. So for the most part, we are tracking, right? We got some hills up ahead of us we can kind of see. And then the next big visual, we'll start to see an inlet out here, which will be what leads us to here. We'll fly the inlet, drop down. ILS works this way, localizer this way. That's back course. All right. Giving you an idea of what we have ahead of us here on Balanta. Top of descent, about 1,500 feet. Maybe we're going to dial this down a little. Let's go 1,000. All right, so from where we are, we're actually showing we should start our descent. We're gonna hold, and I'll explain why here in a second. Because mainly I want to first get a weather report. Okay, so 250 at 14. You know what? We may actually have had a runway change here. Okay, hang on. Nope, no, we did 22. So we either fly an RNAV or localizer back course. I am gonna do an RNAV, unless if we hold with this weather, folks, I might just shoot a visual. My bad. I got it all turned around, folks. The localizer is 22. The back course, I'm sorry, the localizer is runway 4. The localizer back course is 22. So that's an option. Option 2, we could shoot one of the GPSs, and I'm leaning to Zulu. I'm trying to find a fix. I think that's okay. Wow, according to this, we're like getting very close. All right, so what we're gonna do, all right, let's go ahead, do this real quick, brief it up. We're gonna do the RNAV GPS, Zulu. Real quickly go over it. Frequencies from center, the tower, if manned, actually common traffic for Kenai and Homer. There's the actual frequency the aircraft tunes in. By the way, there's that inlet I talked about. Approach course 218 straight in. Pickaxe 2500. Decision altitude 36 or 3800 feet. Let me say that again. 386 feet. Holy mackerel. Getting in a hurry. RNIP approach. We don't have to worry about transitions, local altimeters. We're good there. Cassie to Zibby to Kutna, straight in. Kutna 4000. All right, so let's give it a try, folks. Let's plug it in. So to do this, same thing we did to put the departure in that we botched up pretty badly. We want to select the approach. RNAV Zulu 22. All right, we'll load it. ZIBV is right ahead of us, so we're getting ready to veer on it. Let's do this. Go up here to activate approach. Enter. And since ZIBV's right ahead of us, we turn. That's how fast this flight is, folks. Those of you with FedEx Express Virtual, folks, first off, that's a really good airline if you're looking for one to join. So I'll give you a link and I'll let you decide. But they are a really good airline. This is one of the shorter flights they have. Actually, they have some shorter than this. Kenai is 50 miles. And if memory serves, and the CEO there could probably correct me, I think down in Florida there's even a shorter one. So, but folks, these are how you, if you're not sure you're going to be able to, keep current, these are the kind of flights that keep you current. All right, time to descend. Okay, now we're actually right here. So it's taken us down to Kutna, which is 4,000. Just going to pull some power back to keep our speed up. Like I said, folks, this turn could usually be done in an hour. When I stream, I seem to just go long on the ground, and I apologize for that. Folks, we're into the landing phase now. Like I said, we're descending. We'll be flying the GPS until we have the airfield fully in sight. And then we'll go from there with a visual. Homer traffic, FedEx 811 over ZIBI, descending on the GPS RNAV Z422. And again, the chart up here in the corner, folks, up here is NavGraph. And this is an actual overlay. You click this here and it'll overlay it over your route so you can see relationally how it is. Okay, from Kutna at 4,000, we'll drop to 2,700 at Julma. We're just hugging the coast, folks. That's how we get in here. Okay, let's pop some landing lights on. And we're going to dial up to 400 for our minimums. Okay, per the chart. And we'll get rid of Atlanta. Okay, folks, showing 5 minutes. That's about right. As we come into Kutna. About 2 miles to go. Again, folks, I hope you enjoy the stream. If you do, click follow. That way it shows your support for the stream, and it will allow you to get an email to know when we're flying again. Okay, I'm going to continue down to 2,700. And let's drop it down. Okay, and this gives you kind of an idea what we're working. We're just kind of lining up here. I think that's the runway right there. Let's drop a little stronger and start slowing. Because tighten up a little here. We're going to be 8 miles out, so okay. All right. I got okay, so we're going to have VATSIM lights on the left. Slight course correction to hiccups, and that's 2,500 feet, folks. Okay. All right, autopilot off. Yeah, I have the runway in sight. Homer traffic, Caravan, FedEx 811, 5-mile final, runway in sight, full stop. Okay. Let's get her to white band real quick. Ten degrees flaps, get some power in here. Okay, there's the runway in all its glory, so let's get lined up. All right, folks. Lined up. Flaps full, lights on. Lights on. I thought I had them on. Got a little bit of a crosswind here, folks. Okay, we're now on the visual. Little nervous to see that landing. Trying to think if I've been here in X-plane or not, and I'm going to tell you, looks a little different, but I don't know. I do not think I've been here in X-plane. Okay, we're off the runway, so radar off. Kenai traffic, FedEx 811's clear of runway 22, taxi to gate. Alright, so strobes. Not any idea where FedEx is here. Okay. Hang on a second here, folks. Kind of using this gauge here to tell me. Okay. All right. Well, that ain't helping at all. All right. Okay. Well, we're in the blocks here, folks. Let me just go through the shutdown real quick. Hey, pneumatic strobes, landing lights off, fuel condition lever, low idle. Well, you know what? We never brought it out. Hey, parking brake set. Confirmed. We cannot, as far as I've been able to tell, turn off individually these like we can in some of the aircraft. So we'll just turn the avionics switch. Standby power off. Fuel boost off. Bleed air normal. Okay, ITT stabilize, blades. Okay, and now that the blades are in, we're good, and doink. All right, folks, welcome into Kenai. And we'll go ahead, chalk it. Okay, there you go, folks. There is the Thranda. Hope you all enjoyed. I am going to go ahead and call the audible and not be able to fly it back. We'll get the flight either back or we'll get, jump seat. Because Wednesday this upcoming week, folks, I do want to fly um, from Anchorage to Juneau to Seattle. So, and who knows, maybe we'll throw this with it. Um, so we'll see how things go this upcoming week. I really haven't put the schedule together, but really that was that's pretty much it. We're gonna do a couple rewinds here as soon as I button her back up, just in case it's one of those things where chocks. There they are. So each airplane's different. Oops, forgot one. Sorry, folks, forgot one. That would have been funny in flight. All right, so let me do some quick paperwork here. Stop. Log. All right, the airline gets it at 413. Let's see. 343 is what Sim Toolkit put us in at. You certain you want to exit? Yes. All right, and it's a nice quick flight, isn't it, folks? 1.5 hours I got logged by FedEx. Let me view my flight here. 381 feet by Volanta on this. And finally, let's bring Sim Toolkit over. Show you one of the neat tools in the toolkit. Over here under My Flights, look for landing reports. Click on the last flight or the one you want. Wow, we were way over, folks. Okay, so what it's showing here, couple of bad, good things, however you want to look at it. Threshold, actual touchdown. So we touched down under 1,000 feet. So we missed the aiming bars. We'll see how it looked, but we were 30 feet off the center line. Now in this Caravan, it only gets worrisome when you get to the 50-foot mark. So folks, there's only, what, 13 feet? Yeah, I'm way over. I was way over on that one. So yeah, that's something to think about. Hence the very long taxi to here. Sometimes when I zoom in, I can find out where I was supposed to be. I think that's era, so. Anyway, the other thing you can use this for, folks, besides, okay, where did I actually come in? You can get your numbers here. 343 a minute, or feet per minute descent, 1.3 Gs, 69 miles or knots. Well, let's see if I can do this and let you all see it at the same time. Okay. Here's the checklist. Let's back up. Let's bulk. 75 to 85. So I got slow. Pulled back too quick on the power. So that could contribute to the little bit of a harder landing. So see, there's how you can take this nice tool, put it to use with the plane, especially a new one. All right, folks. Well, I'm not going to sit here and complain about the landing. I mean, wasn't my greatest, but it wasn't one of my worst either. I mean, it's 343 feet. That's walk-awayable with no trouble. All right, so we got that pulled away, and just making sure we come off VATSIM. We're going to go backwards. Here is another way to learn. And we'll get some appropriate music here to take us out as well. All right, so we'll kind of watch it come in here. We're a little fast here on the high speeding it back to the airport. I always like to watch how the winds play and all of that with it. Here you can see a pretty steep descent. Now part of this was setting something up in the cabin. So that's partly on me for not a fully trimmed aircraft, and it's a hard one to trim. See, we got in a little low there. Coming over the fence. Overall, we're looking good down the glide slope. Here's where I'm starting to correct to get her ready for a crosswind landing and really botch it. Not botch it, but well, yeah, we're definitely left of the center line. Okay. All right, well, folks, it's pretty good as we can tell. I mean, I know where my faults were. Let's get it from the makeshift tower here. How we can't even see it. What a beautiful landing. I mean, can't you see that, folks? Just how nice it came in. All right, not the greatest view, that's for sure. But anyway, there you are, folks. We're going to go ahead and taxi in, call it while we're taxiing, and let's see what we have out there to raid. Well, I am going to raid. Oh, the JFO may be around. We are going to have to raid Melvin Leroy's channel. So, folks, thanks for flying with Mike. It has sure been a pleasure on our part flying the Caravan for you. Got a lot of practice to do. Looks like Melvin may be taking a break at this time. So, folks, I am going to send this to him, and hope you all have a better day tomorrow. Don't forget your mothers, by the way, folks. It is Mother's Day here in the United States. So, don't think about forgetting them. You'll wish you had. So, thanks again for flying with Mike. Mother's Day is just 3 hours away, so here in the Central. Have a great day, folks. God bless you all. Be kind to everyone. And as our opening verse said, rejoice always, pray without ceasing, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. Came from 1 Thessalonians, folks. So God bless you all. You have a great day.
Moving charts. Hey, Flying with Mike's coming in here. Hello, Raiders. I don't know why my raid sound isn't working. Alright, what I want to do here is brief the arrival. We're on the little bit of a Fundy. Welcome, Flying with Mike. Welcome, Raiders. Happy Saturday. You caught us right here as we're heading into beautiful Halifax, and just kind of finishing up the Hawk 3 event. Here's our sound for Mike Messerschmidt. Okay, we're going to be coming off of the Alex intersection here, and it does not look like we have much max 230 at Movo. And then, yeah, we're going to be, I think we are coming over here to